Is this going to be in the way? I don't know. Hello, I don't normally make these sort of videos, so I don't get used to it. So obviously you can see the whole setup is very, I don't know, but I'm going to make the most of it. So I'm going to do lots of weird edits, like some of those zoom ins. I'll do something where I'm in the middle of talking and then I'll drop something and coming back into view. I don't know, whatever the cool people do on YouTube that record stuff. So it's finally happened. YouTube is so broken that it's got to little old me with my 15-year-old channel back from 2008. So they've given me a warning and deleted a playlist because it had a video in it that violated a policy. I don't know what the policy was. Actually, I do know what the policy was, but I don't know what the video is because they won't tell me because it's against their internal policies to tell me what video it is. So I can't know how I violated the... Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself already. Strap yourselves in. I've got my little auto cue thing down there because I can't remember everything off the top of my head. So I'm just trying my best to read without it looking too robotic. So it all started many, many days ago on Monday, the 12th of January, Greenwich Mean Time. So I had an email pop up saying that my content had been removed due to a violation and my channel had been giving a warning. Naturally, I appealed this decision because that sounded a tad unfair. The appeal allowed me to view my violating content, which happened to be my favourites playlist. Back in the day, you'd just be given any playlist you added to it. It's kind of like the watch later, but it was just like your favourites playlist. It was like the one you had. So that's kind of a playlist I've been curating for 15 years. I've been collecting all sorts of videos on there, you know, favourite videos, things to research, YouTube video ideas. There was no indication to what specifically was causing the violation. I did take this policy training that the YouTube agents and the email suggested to do, just to kind of reduce the warning down from something like, it was like 120 days down to 60 or something like that. So I was like, fine. I'll do that. Just some really obvious questions that a 5-year-old could answer. I also jumped straight on a chat with an agent. The first agent I spoke to asked me what video it was that was causing the violation, to which I replied, I don't know, you're the ones who sent me the violation email warning thing. But they followed up and said, is this the video? And sent a link to the Soprameiro 64 video, which is funny, right? I'm sure you've all seen that suggested at some point in your life because it's quite old and it's got quite a lot of views. But I replied to that and I said, I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird that they picked a random video to show me and asked if that was the one, if there was the one at all. This is the only indication from anyone since this whole debacle started that that was the video that caused the violation. Everyone since has said that they're not allowed to give information out about what their internal thinking is. Anytime I go to ask anyone which video it is, they say they can't tell me, otherwise it allows me to work around their policies. So I can go and favourite videos again that they don't like or something, I don't know. So basically I broke the secret rule and I'm not allowed to know how not to break it again. Fab. I was sent an email from the first agent I spoke to, which is kind of, they were using it to collate all the threads of information into one place, which meant that I couldn't speak to anyone else about it without them saying, you're already talking to the first agent you spoke to about this. Let's not start too many threads, otherwise it'll be too confusing for us and it'll make things slower. That's what they kept saying to me. So every time I went to a new agent, they said it would take 24 hours for the email thread to respond, you know, to update. So that's like the slowest conversation ever. But I thought I'd take matters into my own hands and see what else I could do to figure out the internal workings of the YouTube system. So it turns out, not every agent says exactly the same thing. One agent said if the video violates the policy, then the video gets deleted, not the playlist. And that includes private playlists. One agent said that it is normal for an entire private playlist to be deleted if one video violates the policy. And then another agent said that it is indeed the video that gets deleted, not the playlist. And every time I spoke to anyone about this, they'd always throw at me the whole video YouTube policy thing, like their guidelines. And there are so many variations of the same thing. And ultimately it turns out that there is a little bit that says any private playlist is considered content itself, even if the content, the playlist, is full of smaller increments of content, videos. So both a video and a playlist is considered content, whether it's public, unlisted or private. And this goes against what another agent had said, which is that private playlists that are created aren't considered content. Can you see how maddening this is now? But I was able to confirm something quite interesting. What have I put there? I was able to confirm that any videos you like and go onto your liked videos playlist are exempt from these guidelines and policies. But this is a particular one that got me, ready? So one agent confirmed to me that if you add a video which violates a YouTube policy to your watch later playlist, You know, everyone always clicks that little, you know, clock arrow thing to watch later. Even if it's private, you'll get a warning or a strike. Imagine that. You're scrolling through YouTube and you see a thumbnail, a title that looks interesting, but you're like, I'm having dinner or I'm on the toilet or whatever, and you don't want to watch it now. You think, I'll watch that later, and I'll click the little button. That handy little clock in the corner that you always click when you don't want to watch something right now. It's ever so easy, just click and it's done. You don't even think about it. So that video, if it somehow violates a YouTube policy, will cause your private watch later playlist to also violate that same policy. YouTube will give you a warning if it's your first offence and remove the content, remove the playlist, right? If you're lucky, maybe your appeal will be approved and you'll get your content back. If you're unlucky, like me, then it's gone forever. You don't get a chance to reappeal and there's no getting it back and they just hate you or something. I don't know. What's really fun though, is that different videos and playlists can violate different policies. And if you violate 3 separate policies within 90 days or something, then as far as YouTube is concerned, that's on you. So if you perhaps have 3 different playlists that have got videos in that each violate a different policy, that's 3 strikes all in one go. YouTube kept saying to me to read their guidelines and understanding how this works. And this is kind of what I've learned. Don't save anything to a playlist, whether it's public, unlisted or private, unless you specifically and precisely know that the video doesn't violate any policy. Because YouTube will give you a strike if any one of those videos violates a policy. And you will probably know if you violate 3 policies, then your channel's gone. That's 3 strikes and that's it, no getting it back. But here's what annoys me about this whole thing, right? The Supra Mayros 64 video was supposedly the video that got me the warning, according to the agent that first noticed, and that's what got the playlist deleted. But it somehow violated the child safety policy. This is what the warning was for. And if you know the video, I'll put it somewhere on screen. Ta-da! You'll know that it in no way violates the child safety policy. And you'll know that the video isn't like that. Because the video is still on YouTube. If that is the video that was violating the policy, then it's still there violating policies and people's playlists. You can still watch it. So it couldn't have been that video that violated policy because it's still up. So it must have been something else, but they won't tell me. But I can't appeal it anymore, so that's that, I suppose. A warning. So if this ever happens again, I've got no warning, that's just a strike. And, you know, whatever limitations come with that. I had lots of videos saved for reference and ideas for videos for this channel. So I'll have to kind of scrape all that back together. I mean, I have got backup playlists as well. That's not the point. So thanks again, YouTube. Hate you. This is what puts me off creating videos sometimes. God damn it. There's literally nowhere else to go platform-wise. There's Dailymotion. Vimeo's more of an art gallery for, you know, not video essays. Twitter, I'm not paying for Twitter. VidMe was the only platform that was a potential rival to YouTube, and they went. Gone. They just couldn't, they didn't, I don't know, it wasn't for them, so they've gone. So YouTube is literally the only place for video content. So it feels like, you know, I'm moaning right now and it's like, this video is on YouTube, fine. But I'm not happy about it, all right? A bit of me is secretly hopeful that this whole thing collapses in on itself and we're forced to, I don't know, go analog. Maybe I'll record all this on VHS and you have to buy it off eBay or something, and that's the only way you can see my content. You know, with the way AI is going now, and, you know, generative AI and automated content, you know, I think there's going to be a big push for analog and experiences and things like that. So who knows? Maybe some new shiny platform will come out of all of this. Maybe somehow TikTok will be the thing that saves us all. I doubt it heavily. Anyway, I'm busy doing all sorts of things. I'm obviously busy sort of doing my teaching job where I teach animation. I do have some videos in the works. I'm making my own game. I'll put a little clip here or here, wherever it's going to be on screen. I try and make these videos, not these videos, but I try and make videos as often as I can. But sometimes it just almost isn't worth the effort because it gets so little engagement. It works against YouTube's algorithm. And I don't know, the fact that I don't do very well means that I don't get much revenue. And it's not all about the money, but it kind of helps it make a little bit sweeter, sweeten the deal, you know, like putting all the effort in. Because these videos take a lot of time, especially this one. You know, I've had to get a ring light and some green stuff, probably won't even work properly. But I have to get the footage, I have to write the thing, I have to record Vordio, edit it, get some animation graphics on top of it. And it's tricky, you know, like after all that effort, It kind of sucks sometimes that it doesn't quite hit the highs of how I'd like it to, you know. And just, at the end of the day, I do it for you and I do it for me, you know. If I enjoy making the videos, then you'll enjoy watching the videos. And so if I don't enjoy making them, people aren't going to enjoy watching them. And there's so much to compete with now as well, and it's really tricky. And I try my best, but you know, I've got my family, I've got my job, and I've got my hobbies. You know, I guess this is kind of a part of a hobby, but sometimes it gets a bit tiring to play a game and like, oh, should I be recording footage for this for my channel? And I just want to switch off and just like enjoy the game, you know. So yeah, that's kind of how things are going right now. I have got a video, hopefully, coming on Penny's Big Breakaway, because I really like the animation in that. I've got a few ideas for videos, but again, you know, it's just fun time to do it. You know, we've got Hi-Fi Rush. I really like to do one on that. I've got videos, ideas throughout the year. You know, we've got really nice looking 2D games that are coming out. We've got nice 3D games that are coming out. Yeah, and basically, you know, we've got a lot of good stuff coming out this year, I think. And I'm excited just to make stuff. Anyway, I'm boring myself now. Love you. Bye.